Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
How's it going, guys? So today's video is around GBA Malak comps and how Padme can beat them the best. And that's going to be kind of the starting of the video, and then later on we'll swap over to some different variations and just me testing what I like the best from these different clones into a Padme team, and then that's pretty much it for the video. So right here we'll just get straight into it. I did like 4 different tests, and out of the 4 tests, I only won 1 versus the GBA. And the last one, I tested my team out with, instead of 3PO, I tested out Yoda instead with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is very, very necessary in this team for the dispels on the taunts, especially the Brute's taunt. And on top of that, just, being able to dispel debuffs is really big. So one thing to note here, let's pause. I have a bunch of debuffs on the board, and I have my cleanse ready to go. But if you look at the turn order and my TM on my team, you can see that GBA's is higher than ours. And what that means is that when he goes next, he's going to be going and using his AoE dispel on my team. So all of those buffs that I get will be stripped away with just one little ability. So what we're going to do here instead is just use our basic. Because we can't gain any, translation. We don't have 3PO. We don't want to waste our specials just yet. And we got our boost in our bonus turns, rather, with Anakin's Zeta. And now we get our nice, big, huge cleanse up. So that's what you want to look out for here. If, the turn order is looking like this way. If you have, a different GBA that you're able to get a cleanse off without having to worry about him stripping off all the buffs, go do that. So after we do all that, we got all of our buffs going here. You want a one-shot HK, and then you got a bunch of extra stacks of that right here. I was trying to go for a big one-shot there. It was kind of worth it, though, because now I can kill Darth Revan without having to worry about him later on. We did lose GK, so maybe it was a misplay here. Maybe I should have gone for Bastila after GK was that low, just so I didn't lose him. But it's still going pretty well, and in this end of the battle, we're trying to work down GBA before you go on to Malak, because he can call into battle another Brute whenever he really wants to. So now this is all about kind of managing Malak with the healing immunities, making sure you get some good HP protection so you don't get drain lifed. And with Yoda being there, you want to make sure that you stun him. Like I said, this doesn't work very well with 3PO at all. Reason being is that you're not utilizing all stacks of your courages, and they're just going to waste, really. Even with the potential confuses, it's not going to work out too well. So we did win this one, and this is the only one I really have a W on. I don't want to show the ones I lost because I kind of just explained myself in all ways that you shouldn't go in my losses. But this is the one I won, and hopefully this kind of helps you guys out if you do want to use them. If you don't have GMY and you don't want to use them, rather, R2 is going to fit in there pretty dang well. Smokescreen and more stuns is really great. So just kind of, think about other ways you can go about that without having to use 3PO. So let's go on to now the clones. All right, so this one is with 5s, and I like this one a lot. I think 5s, if you can slot him into the turn, let's just pause it really fast. If you can slot him into the turn order so he can get all of his TM and reset his turn again so that Padme can cleanse without having him to still be feared, I think that's the best way. In some of these, if you're fighting a team that is just super, around the same speeds as you, it's not going to work out too well. So a slower 5s is not going to be the best bet for you in this team. You want to have him slot into the turn order similar to like an Anakin or an Ahsoka, just to make sure that he is faster than Padme a little bit. And we got kind of lucky here. Like I said, I got to kind of mess with some more of the stuff here. I do versus these teams. I don't like Ahsoka when there is no trooper, so I was just kind of testing this out. But here we go. I just like, in this team, I like 5s with the extra tonic mechanic. And like I said, just the Ahsoka, I don't like too much, because she can crit Malak all the time and just get feared all the time. And in this team, this is with Marauder. We just lost Ahsoka there. It can still be manageable, and later on you can see it does still work. Probably not versus Gear 13 Malaks as well, but I'm guessing that if you get, equivalent Gear 13 like on your 5s, they'll work just as well. But I think it works pretty dang well. I would like to test out ones with Rex and Fives in there. I've tested out some of those, but it just doesn't work out too well because the TM boosts from Rex is just not going to kick in too much because there's no TM boost to the team when you have Padme in there. But we'll show you another one here, guys. Okay, so the ones with Rex and Fives, like I said, it didn't work out too well. But I think that once you incorporate them into the right turn order, it can work out pretty well. Mine aren't that good in the gears and the speeds, but I think I'm really close to a Gear 12 Fives. I can test that out. But just for some other variations, we just saw them beat the Malak team there. You can actually slot in Fives pretty dang well with 3PO here. So let's just speed it up a bit. Or not with 3PO, with Ahsoka rather. This is pretty much the same exact team here versus JKR. And like things are going like very, very bad so far. We got Anakin that got the mark first. And the reason why I like Fives in this a lot is because he can get another taunt, like I said earlier. And, you know, calling in more assists with, like, Ahsoka being there, she can dispel more buffs. And if Anakin's there, you can dispel, or you can rather apply the debuffs, like the buff immunity, and later on the healing immunity if that lands as well. So, I still like this team a lot. I think this has a lot of potential. I just don't know if clones will be really good with Padme. I think clones are more towards different type of, you know, team that we'll be seeing in the future with more Jedi Generals, maybe General Skywalker, we don't know. But this is kind of my testing I've done so far. The best team that I've seen so far is where Shock T's in the team without Ahsoka and then Fives in here. That team is very, very strong and powerful, and depending on if you want to run them fast or not, it can just steamroll some guys. So that's kind of it, and this one's pretty, it's going to be a short video, so what I'm going to do here, guys, I want to just show you a fast Padme team that doesn't have 3PO in it, that can full auto Malaks. So after this battle, we'll show you that, but I just want to kind of speed it up a little bit, because these are pretty dang slow, but you get the gist of what's happening here. You want to burn through the first savior on Yoda, and then you want to work down Jolee. After Jolie's dead, everything falls apart, and you win. So that's kind of how these ones go, and now we'll move into the full auto Padme versus Malaks. I really like this video a lot, so hopefully you guys like it too. So before we get into this one, guys, this is a guy from my Discord, or not from my Discord, but from Robot Wizard's Discord. His name is Jim Bob. So thank you, Jim Bob, for this cool footage. He has a couple of these. I just want to show you guys one of them on auto and what it looks like. This is versus probably the toughest team in the game with Marauder and Malak. So let's just go into it, guys. Let's just see what happens here. He's not running 3PO, like I said. He's running instead Barriss with R2 here. And it's just pretty cool, interesting little team here. I think he goes in for the basic here first, maybe? Nope, a kick. Okay. So this is where he puts on auto. He's going to land the kick and a stun on Marauder first. And you can just see here, some of these guys are going to get lower than half health. And then Padme gets her turn with her big cleanse. And yeah, it's looking pretty dang good here so far. Like, everything is kind of sketchy here in a little bit. You can see some of these guys are going to be going up and below the half health mark, but with Barriss here, it kind of helps out with helping out there and trying to just get the more turns and the more HP, really. So this is pretty dang cool. I would like to try this out one of these days, but I'm not too sure if I can pull off this type of speed here. I do, though, have all these components that could test this out. And the cool thing about this is every single time Malak has his drain life, it's always going to be on Padme with the death mark, and it just is really cool to see. It's kind of clutch at times too. The biggest Zeta in this team, if you guys want to know, is JKA's, because you can see there's like 3 or 4 different times in this video where you need the cleanse, and when somebody drops below half health, Padme gets her turn with the Zeta on JKA. And just boom, you're back in the battle and you're good to go. So thank you, Jim Bob, for this footage. So that's going to wrap up today's video. We got some GBA, we got some different variations of some clones and with Padme, and we finished up with a full auto Padme team versus Marauders and Malak. So thank you, Jim Bob, again for that footage. It was really cool. If you guys did like the video, give it a like, share with others, and sub. It really does help my channel grow, guys. I got some other videos planned I want to show you guys, and I do want to do some more testing with these clones with Padme, and I gotta get my Shock T up as well, because I want to just see how well she does in all those different teams. So thanks again for watching. Go check out Discord, go check out Patreon. That's it for today, guys. Hopefully you liked the video, and I'll see you later.